So, hi.
Hi.
Hi, Briel.
Hey.
How's your, have you done any investigation into this podcast? Do you know what you're getting into?
I was able to watch a couple episodes and then go through, just kind of skim through the rest of your
That's fantastic.
YouTube page.
So, couple of things, ground rules that I think are important to, to establish. The first is, I think you're awesome. I know we've only crossed paths a bunch of different times, which we'll get into in a minute, but you're awesome. And the second thing is, I'm the kind of person who, when someone calls me a weirdo, it's a compliment. So just to know who you're talking with here. So would you introduce yourself, Briel? Who are you and who are you with?
Wow. My name is Briel Edmonds, and I am with Vaudeville Entertainment, and I'm also with The Smiling Dog.
Who is Vaudeville?
Vaudeville. Vaudeville Entertainment. So we are a traditional sideshow circus entertainment company. Mm-hmm. So we feature circus performers, sideshow entertainers, actors, singers, dancers, musicians, and we book these acts for private parties, special events, festivals, corporate functions. And then we also specialize in curating different events, so community events, like local festivals. And
you bring the party.
We bring the party.
That's fantastic.
We supply the entertainment for the party. We plan the party. We promote the party. We are the party. Very much so.
I follow you on Instagram, and so I see some of the stuff you do, and it does look like a lot of fun. Indeed, you do bring the party. Mm-hmm. How did you get into that?
Well, truly, my best friend and business partner, Roxanne LeBlanc, Vaudeville Entertainment is absolutely her baby. It was totally her upbringing in theater and in dance that kind of drove this company to be created. She moved to Orlando, Florida, I believe it was 2011, 2012. And she did the Disney College program, and then she worked for Universal, and then she worked for, a couple dinner cabaret places.
Sure.
And she kind of created this network of performers and entertainers that she met and kind of worked with along the way. And then she was like, you know what, we have the skills, we have the resources. I want to start my own entertainment company and do this for a living. And so she kind of took me to the table and was like, hey, best friend from high school, I'm here in Florida doing this thing. Can I trust you to do this thing here in Louisiana?
So you're essentially running is it franchised, or is it like?
So Vaudeville Entertainment exists. Why do you say that?
I'm going to do this.
Oh, go for it.
I'm going to do that and this.
Nice.
Yeah, just sort you out here. Beautiful thing about this podcast is that we can actually edit this out, but I get to make that decision later.
Yeah, well, you get to see what you like to see.
Okay. But we're back. So yeah, is it franchised or?
So it's not. So Vaudeville Entertainment essentially exists in multiple places. My best friend and business partner, Roxanne LeBlanc, her and her husband, who is also part owner of the company, he handles our accounting and a lot of back end stuff. They live in Orlando, Florida, and they manage our troupe in Florida, which is our largest
Is that how you refer to your employees as troops?
Yeah, we're troupe members. We're troupe members.
That's awesome.
And so we have a troupe in Florida. I manage the troupe here in Louisiana, which has a different group of performers. And then we also represent talent virtually in Southern California. So we represent performers and entertainers in Southern California that we book remotely. If it's a big enough contract, a big enough gig, then one of us will fly out there to produce the show and to manage the talent.
Oh, now it makes sense. So I first met you at an Albertsons event.
It's true.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good example of how what you're doing is kind of useful for companies. So everyone knows Albertsons, the grocery store. What did you do for them?
So we were hired by a wonderful company named GT Universe, who specializes in branding. And their job at this Albertsons event was to create a culturally specific event. I think it was the Juneteenth one of 2023.
That sounds about right.
That we met at.
I was just, filming it.
Yeah, you were behind the camera.
Yeah.
I think I was maybe doing henna tattoos, or I was dressed as a tiger for that one. Anyway, GT Universe had gotten different local vendors who sell their own brands and products, food products at Albertsons, and they created some raffles and some activities and some kids-friendly entertainment. They booked us to provide live music, henna tattoos, juggling, some stilt walking. I think we booked a marching band.
It was like the circus was in Albertsons for the day. It was awesome.
We were the circus in a grocery store. It was so random, but it was so much fun, and it was so cool.
Okay, so how, so you had a friend a friend isn't going to call her accountant buddy to run this company. So you must have had some background or interest. Were you in theater, or what did you do before this? Your friend got you into all this?
So I did have a little bit of theater and dance experience just on my own as an individual. And I actually have some henna right now. I've been doing henna tattoos for a really long time. And so I kind of offered that just to my friends and family on the side for a long time. And then before vaudeville started is when I kind of started showing up at a couple different weddings and maybe a couple of little local festivals, just offering it. And so I kind of have like an artistic dance experience in that way. And my mom actually is a wedding planner, and you know her, you know Allie Wester, Weddings by Allie. And so I kind of grew up in a home where my mom was a self-made entrepreneur. She, got to create her own career, and she built it from the ground up. And I got to see the freedoms and the creativity that came with that, but also like the hard work and the challenges. And honestly, it kind of just aligned, right? I did go to school. I went to LSU, 2017. I graduated with a degree in marketing and a degree in French. And so
cool.
I kind of had...
Why the French?
Actually, it was mandatory for the elementary school that I went to, Shenandoah Elementary, for 4th and 5th graders to learn the French language.
Can you say something to me in French?
Oui, je parle français avec vous maintenant.
See, that's fast. I didn't speak any French. I should, because I was born in England. So, but
a lot of people in European countries can speak so many different languages. It's honestly really
Not me.
Inspiring.
That's why I'm here.
You're the outlier. Well, no, it was, Louisiana obviously has a lot of French roots, and unfortunately it's a dying culture. It's a dying language here. But I was lucky enough, fortunate enough to learn it at a very young age, and then that continued through high school. And
it's a superpower. Being bilingual is a superpower.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, merci beaucoup.
So you went to LSU, graduated 2017, French and marketing business?
Yeah, marketing.
So these are all the ingredients that went into your gumbo that makes you here today.
Absolutely. And I've been working at the Smiling Dog, which is a bar restaurant here in Baton Rouge, for almost a decade. And so I've gotten a lot of business experience through the restaurant world, through the service industry. And when Roxanne approached me and was like, look, I think that we should do this together. I think we have a lot of connections, a lot of resources. You have the event planning kind of background from your mom, and also, my own little personal artistic talents that vaudeville definitely pushed me to further explore.
How long have you been doing the vaudeville?
Vaudeville. So we opened March of 2018.
Wow,
both
it's been a while.
In Louisiana and in Florida. So Roxanne started shows at Maxine's on Shine, which is a really cute neighborhood restaurant in downtown Orlando. And I started doing shows at a couple of venues around Baton Rouge, and just picking up little belly dance gigs here and there, or maybe some henna gigs here and there. And at the Smiling Dog is really where I kind of feel like I got my foot in the door with event planning, because I kind of had this whole huge restaurant, bar, 2-floor space and a parking lot to be able to just kind of like have creative control and do different events. We've done dog adoption events. We've done, art and music events. We recently just had our first like full moon gathering. Sure. So, it's definitely a fun and creative life.
So what is the craziest ask that anyone has ever asked your vast circus-like entertainment company to do? The next question is,
I'm not even sure if I can say.
Which one? Which one did you say? What's the most weird thing that you ever agreed to do? Would be the next question.
That's a good question.
Two different things.
Yeah. Let's see. Personally, I can say that personally, one of the craziest and coolest things that I've done for a gig was airbrush body paint my entire body, head to toe. Yeah. We were underwater characters for the Florida Dental Convention in Kissimmee, Florida, that happens once a year. That was a few years ago. Yeah, and I got to make this really beautiful like jellyfish prop using a clear umbrella with like LED lights and fabric hanging down. So that was really cool. It definitely took a lot of prep time, but totally worth it.
So my first career was actually in theater as well. So I have like a deep respect and connection for people that do that. Like, if you can get on stage and perform like with your body or with your voice or whatever, it just changes everything about you. It changes the way you walk, and it makes you a better salesperson. It makes you better, in my opinion, in my experience. And there is a video, it probably doesn't exist anymore, but it might, when I was 16 years old, I had full body paint for a music video in London.
Cool.
So that exists as well.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm smiling because I do get it.
You're like, I get it. You're like, I've been
fine.
there. I've been
totally
the model. That's awesome.
I mean, God, this is craziest thing you did. That is a pretty nutso thing.
I mean, we've done, I'll say this, the crazy for me is like when it's like, go, go, go. And I'm like, just a couple weekends ago, we did the Florida Dental Convention again. This time, it was Mardi Gras themed, which was super cool to bring Mardi Gras to Central Florida for this big convention that they have every year. And we booked a couple of stilt walkers. I booked myself as a mirror person, along with another mirror person character. We booked a tarot card reader. We booked 3 showgirls. So it was like Mardi Gras out. And then within 8 hours, we were on a flight to come back to Louisiana to produce our first ever honky tonk hoedown.
Yeah, I saw that
at the Texas Club.
That looks awesome.
Well, Art Night Hoedown was really awesome. It was very rewarding. We put a lot of time and effort into it, and it was a huge risk on a business level just because it was a brand new venue. A lot of new vendors that we hadn't worked with before. We were charging tickets for the first time. Art Night is normally an event that we offer for free. So there were a lot of different variables, but man, the crowd really showed up. People absolutely loved the line dancing. The artists brought some great art, and the Texas Club was just an awesome environment. It was really exactly what I wanted it to be.
So what's your handle on social? Because people may want to go and check that out. It was super cool.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so we're Vaudeville Entertainment, VAUDEVILLE Entertainment, cool. LLC on Facebook, and then Vaudeville_Entertainment on Instagram. And then we're also Vaudeville Entertainment on TikTok as well.
Okay, by the way, lovely outfit.
Oh, Thank you.
my baby's going to think you're a princess.
I love it. Look.
All right, I got a couple of questions, just things that was running around in my head before you came out, so I'll fire away.
Anything.
All right, so how often do you invite men into a forest and set yourself on fire?
Well, at least once, right?
You have to tell that story.
And we just happened to be there at the same time. I had no idea you were going to be there that night. Nope. Rufus Craig is a dear friend of mine, and every year I bartend and fire dance for his really awesome backyard parties that are in this beautiful
can I just hit
swamp.
pause here? So when you say backyard party, this dude has like 50 acres out just outside of town in this wooded area, and he'd invited all of his friends from around the country to come pitch their RVs on his property. He had a huge stage, which is why I was there.
He built it, by the way.
He built that stage?
He built that stage.
Amazing. And we were like hanging out, and it was amazing. My wife was actually angry at me that day. This is why I didn't stay. I don't know what I did.
Okay, I was like, she couldn't be there?
I don't think she wanted to, but she should have come out. I called her and I said, bring the kids out. It was so much fun. It was a crazy scene. I was there to film the band, the entertainment that he had booked for that.
I think it was one of the first bands that played,
Because we were doing a documentary series, which I've still got to finish. I hate it when that happens.
You can do it. Listen.
I totally can.
There's so many projects.
So, so you were bartending, and how did you end up in the forest with me?
So, we happened to cross paths at that party, and I was like, "What are you doing here?" And you're like, "I'm actually filming." I think you were filming him as a part of some other kind of like Louisiana
I had
culture,
a big camera in my hand.
You had a big camera in your hand, and I was like, "Yo, I'm fire dancing tonight," and you were like, "Yo, we should get some footage in the woods."
It was kind
just
of weird,
you.
So I'll probably use that footage at the beginning of this because we do a little like teaser, so they'll see it. Yeah, but so. Actually being there, and this is always the case whenever we film everything, it's like, there was a dude with a camera and you dancing with your little fire things, and it was cool, but I'm like, I could see the edit. Like, it didn't look like that when we were out there. It was close. So your mum came up,
she did.
Wandered up on us when we were doing that. What did she think? Was she like...
She pulled her phone out so quick. My mom's one of my biggest cheerleaders. She posted on her stories and tagged us and tagged Vaudeville, probably tagged you too. And,
no doubt.
She's kind of like a circus mom. She has shown up for a lot of events, and she's done a lot of like just carrying stuff, taking pictures, setting things up, setting tables up for me.
That was my first question I wanted to ask. So once is the answer to that question. You've only once invited a dude into a forest.
I mean, I have found myself on fire and in the woods and with random people in the woods and on fire. But as far as like inviting a man with a camera specifically, yeah, that was.
I feel privileged.
You should, because and as a performer, it's like when you see someone with a professional camera, you put your hand out and hand them a business card. Like that's what you do.
So, do you travel much?
I travel all the time.
Okay, tell me about your travel. Where do you like to travel? Where's your happy place?
Oh man, that's such a good question. I actually just got back. We spent a week in Colorado, camping in the mountains. We were up by Nederland, which is about 60 or 70 miles west of Denver.
Okay,
and then we drove up
in
to
the Rockies.
We were up, we went to Rocky Mountain National Park for a day. Cool. Saw a moose for the first time in person. It was really special. It was awesome. Yeah, no, I love the mountains, but man, I love the beach too, the ocean. I'm a Pisces. I'm super water, so I love the ocean and I love the wildlife in the ocean, and so. To kind of combine the mountains and the ocean together, I really find myself drawn towards like tropical islands.
Very cool.
Like I love the Virgin Islands.
Are you like a can you feel the energy of the water type person? Usually?
Absolutely. I feel not to like be too woo woo, but like I typically feel the energy pretty deeply of wherever I am. And that's why being totally immersed in nature, whether that's the ocean or the mountains or the forest, it's like I need to do that to be able to do this job and to like really put myself out there and to invest the time in the social energy to like really doing what I do well. I have to unplug. I have to disconnect. I have to get away.
So where has that desire and need driven you? Like what places have you visited before? Some memorable locations?
Oh man, I spent a month in Thailand a few years back, and that changed my life. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I spent a week in a jungle about 2.5 hours north of Chiang Mai amongst some rescued elephants that lived on this protected land. And so the whole trip was about learning more about elephants.
Were you like staring at elephants and watching them interact?
I think there were 7 elephants that lived on that property, and so like we got to see at least a couple every day. Sometimes we'd take a hike through the forest and we'd come across the baby with the mom. And there was one, I think that was like solo and she kind of lived more by herself, which is unusual. And elephant. Cool. Yeah, it was amazing. It changed my life. I spent a month in Europe about 1.5 years ago, and that was really awesome. I got to use my French for the first time. I did are you familiar with woofing? So it's an acronym that stands for Worldwide Opportunities for Organic Farming, and it is basically a global network of farmers who offer their farm for people to do like a work for stay program. I worked on a farm and got to stay there for free. That's I was awesome. There for a week, and I was in a village of 50 people and nobody spoke French. I'm sorry. Nobody spoke English. Nobody spoke English. There was a neighbor that actually spoke English kind of well, but he wasn't really there. But my hosts spoke no English at all. And so it really like forced me to dig deep and to like use that French degree that I've really not used for any reason. But it was an amazing experience. And my partner and I, his parents have a timeshare in St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands. So we go there every couple of years. And my mom has taken us to Destin, Florida every year for the past, 25 plus years. So like that's a really special place for us. Tomorrow. Are you really? Oh, good for you.
I have family in town and they want to go to the beach. So
yeah. Oh yeah. Pensacola is, just that it's like just
you've got Orange Beach, which is where all the tourists go. Then you've got Pensacola, which has some preservation to it and some quiet spots.
Yes.
And drive a little bit further, you get to Destin, and that's super cool.
Yeah.
We spent a Christmas in Port St. Joe, which is like in the armpit of Florida.
Okay, yeah,
which is not representative of how beautiful that location is.
No, it's gorgeous out.
But yeah, beach is great.
The whole panhandle. I mean, I've been to beaches, halfway across the world, and I've been like, wow, Florida beaches are prettier than this.
They really are. They really are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife is a beach bum. She feels the motion of the ocean. She needs that. So we go out there all the time.
I totally resonate with that.
That's what was it about Thailand that was transformative for you?
Oh man.
I have this thing like people that travel. My brother-in-law is a well-traveled dude. He actually was on the pod. He dropped Wednesday, so he was on 2 weeks ago though now. Anyway, but his travel and all that kind of stuff. We were talking about like how it completely opens up your soul when you immerse yourself in a different culture. So what was it about Thailand that changed you?
Oh, that's such a good question. Obviously, the elephant experience. I mean, like we slept in mosquito nets in like a bamboo hut. Cool. You know what I mean? Like we were eating food that the farmers, right next to us, grew. It was a very immersed, very like natural, very like, where you were just in it, it's like totally different from what you're used to as far as like the pace and the environment and, what people prioritize.
Did you bring a cell phone?
I did bring a cell phone. Oh, my mom would have.
Did you have service?
What did I do? I think I bought like a SIM, like an international SIM card instead of using AT&T or something because it was cheaper. I really can't remember, but there was a lot of places I didn't have service at all, and that was great. Like
so your mom has to have contact with you.
Oh yeah, there's no way.
Siblings? Your only child?
Oh no, I have an older half sister, and then I have a younger brother.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about you?
Oh, I'm one of 6.
No way.
I'm number 2.
Are you really?
Yes. And my parents had all of us within a 10-year period. So I grew up in a wolf pack.
Yeah. There's constantly kids.
Yeah, no doubt.
Wow.
All right. So other questions. Let's see. This is just a random mind.
I love it. Ask me anything.
All right. So, this one's good. Earth, wind, or fire, which energy speaks to you most?
Oh, definitely earth.
Earth? Why?
Earth. Earth. It's grounding, it's nourishing, it's the foundation and the basis of why we're all here. It's where we all come from and it's where we'll all go.
Indeed.
And I need earth, like I said, just kind of like craving that time within nature, kind of unplugged from everything around me. And like I find myself barefoot, 90% of the time, unless I'm like actively working, which sometimes I'm belly dancing and I don't wear shoes. So like, it's really great to be able to work in a profession where I'm not expected to wear shoes all the time. But yeah, just like having my bare feet in the soil or just like, like literally laying in a field or like actually hugging a tree. Like I find myself doing these things and like, it works. Like it like lowers my heart rate and it makes me breathe deeper and it brings me to the present moment. And
do you do any like yoga practice or anything like that?
I'm embarrassed to say that I've really been out of my personal yoga practice for quite some time now, but there were many, 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 many years
Why
where
does that make you sad?
It makes me sad because I know my body needs it. I know my body needs it. And up until just recently, up until this Colorado trip, I've been going, show, gig, travel. And that's not an excuse to abandon your practices, especially the ones that make you feel grounded in a world that maybe doesn't feel grounded. But it makes me sad because I know I need it. And I feel like now that I'm kind of looking at a few weeks of like slowness in this part of the summer, which I'm really looking forward to, I'm hoping to like get back into a couple of practices, including yoga.
So I run my own business as well, so I can appreciate the flexibility with that your type of employment. But the hours must suck. Like if you say you're busy, the corporate gigs might be okay, but like you're doing these shows after hours and stuff like.
There are sometimes, and I still bartend at the Smiling Dog, so that's how I started there, and I still bartend one night a week, and those Monday nights can get pretty crazy sometimes. We don't close till 2. There are some nights that I don't get home till 4 or 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And even working once a week behind a bar, that kind of like shift in my sleep schedule can like really throw off the next couple of days.
What is it about that you like most about the sort of self-employed lifestyle? What is it you most enjoy about that?
I think it's the freedom with my time. I think it's definitely the freedom with my time because I think everybody can agree that time is the most valuable thing that all of us have. And I've just seen so many people, family members, friends, bosses, managers, they basically just live to work.
Yeah.
And it's one thing if you're like truly genuinely passionate about it and you want to eat, sleep, breathe it and it fuels you and it energizes you. But I don't see that very often. I see a lot of people working because they are in a survivalist mentality, whether it's because they have to or because they just are programmed to think that they have to. And they are killing themselves. They have health problems. They have mental health problems. They can't keep relationships. They can't keep friendships. They're, they can't keep a clean, healthy, safe environment and so it's sad to see this correlation between like literally working yourself to death.
Yeah.
And I'm not here to work. Like, I think I'm here to foster connection and to foster creativity and to, create like safe, happy moments for the world in general.
That's such a cool way to look at what you do. And it is. That's what you do. You put smiles on people's faces.
Yeah. I mean, and you just never know what people are going through. You never know what kind of battles people are facing or, what kind of struggles people are having. And sometimes just like being the light, like being the reason that someone has a smile that day or, being the reason that someone, thinks a little bit deeper or can appreciate art or can appreciate connection. Like these things matter. These things matter at the end of the day. And I'm just grateful that I work in a profession that I don't have to wake up and grind from 8 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night and, stare at a computer all day long, every single day. And, just like, or, constantly be going. Now I will say my life and my work is very seasonal. So sometimes it does feel like that. Sometimes it does feel like I'm on the computer for forever. Sometimes I don't get great sleep for, days or weeks at a time because I'm working on a particular event or a particular project or promoting a particular thing. But I mean, in general, like I don't set an alarm to wake up. I let my body sleep, like
I don't do that as well.
Yeah, that's great. And like, being able to pick and choose like, oh yeah, 11 o'clock or 2 o'clock works for me. Right. Like, being able to have that flexibility of, just like designing my own schedule and designing my own time. But being intentional with it, right. Not just screwing off and like not doing anything at all, but choosing, like choosing to communicate this day or like choosing to just do emails this day or like choosing to go out and shake hands this day or choosing to get up and, put a really beautiful outfit on and find myself somewhere else to do you just never know the amount of work when running your own business, as you're very aware, it is endless.
It can be if you let it get away from you.
If you let it get away from you and you don't have like a routine to reference or like something to come back to, it can really get away from you. So, and as an ADHD person, I actually find comfort in having a bunch of different jobs and tasks.
ADHD. I mean, it's like
I'm like, who doesn't? I'm like, who does not have ADHD or ADD? Please
I think
show me somebody.
Everything is a spectrum, and everyone is somewhere on all of those spectrums.
Amen.
And I think that it changes minute by minute. So, like, I am X. It's just don't put a label on it.
Yeah, it depends on like, did you eat today, or like, how much rest have you gotten in the past week, or. But yeah, I mean, I find myself actually. In comfort having a bunch of different tasks and a bunch of different kind of, things to do.
So I resonate deeply with that intentionality thing. It's something that I learned probably in my 30s or whatever, but I think I might have taken it too far, as I do with all these things that I come across insofar as it doesn't matter what it is that I choose to do with my time. It just has to be intentional.
Yes.
I find that when things happen that I didn't expect were coming, you get bowled over or something ridiculous happens over here. Like I've gotten really good at just stopping. It's like the rule of thumb for me is it's precisely when you feel like you have to react that you shouldn't react.
Yes.
It's like keeping that control.
That restraint. It's beautiful. I feel like it's funny you bring that up. My mom and I were just talking about this last night. There have been a few moments in just the past week that I'll type out this like long, just kind of dramatic message. And then I look at it. And then I just erase the whole thing and I put my phone down and then I just don't respond. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I think that's actually better. Like, I should probably practice this more often,
I'm 5 days into one of those myself.
Are you really? Well, good for you. Honestly, like, we should celebrate these things. And one thing that I will say I've noticed, like...
on that note, I've had like 3 completely different conclusions that I've just let myself drift through and I haven't acted on any of them yet. It's great.
Okay. You're like, let's just leave that floating over there or see what happens in a few weeks.
Yeah, maybe. I guess so. All right. So what's the most challenging part about running your own shop?
Oh, man. I think it's the uncertainty. And I think that's why I haven't been able to let go of the bar, right? Because even though I just bartend one night a week, that's security. That's certain cash. I know I'm going to see... regulars A, B, and C. I know that, like our trivia crowd is going to come in. I know I can count on that. And that's something that feels very secure.
No, smart play.
Whereas with the entertainment industry, obviously, like, we are not fulfilling a need. This is a luxury product or a luxury service that we're offering. Entertainment is unfortunately, it's often one of the last things that people think of when they're planning an event or a party. So note, I wish people would reach out to us a lot earlier in the party planning stages.
People don't know that this service is available. It is so cool. You have to see it and you're like,
you have to see it and be like, oh wow, look at that aerialist dangling from the ceiling pouring champagne. I could have that at my gala this year. It's like, you could have had this for the last 10 years, you know? Sure. But, and again, it's putting yourself out there. It's making yourself be seen. But yeah, because of the nature of this, you know, we don't have employees. We are all 1099 contractors. And so because of that, it's like, 1 month I might have a convention and a gala and a festival and 2 bridal shows and a belly dance class and, 3 country western line dance classes and, 2 or 3 private gigs. That would be a crazy month, but those months happen usually in the fall and the spring. And then there might be 1 month where, instead I'm just booking 1 or 2 things, or I'm just teaching 1 or 2 classes. And it's just, you have to prepare. And my mom taught me this too, because the wedding industry here in the deep South is very similar. Like in the deep summer and in the dead of winter, people are just not typically having parties or getting married at all, just because the weather's typically really difficult to deal with. Yeah, it's not a loving feeling. It's a really irritable feeling. So just kind of like preparing for the natural kind of ebbing and flowing of the industry and of the season. And I think that in that way, just like having different things to supplement.
Have you ever been to the Moulin Rouge in Paris?
I have not. I spent when I did my Europe travels, I was in Paris for like maybe 36 hours. And so I did very limited things there, but I do plan on returning to Paris, and I will find myself at the Moulin Rouge without a doubt.
My wife wanted to go to the Moulin Rouge, so we dressed up and went to the Moulin Rouge, and I have very dude opinions of that now.
Oh.
Yeah, bottles of champagne, they've got you in a room, and so it's like, how much is that? $300 for a bottle of cheap champagne.
Yeah.
It's just, whatever. And my point is that it just occurred to me, why isn't there like a Moulin Rouge in Baton Rouge?
A Moulin Rouge in Baton Rouge?
Yeah, like a venue where you're like, I don't know, it's Thursday, Friday nights, just put on a stage show or something. Or like, I don't know, you've got all the pieces to put on quite a show.
Yeah, and I'm really grateful for the Smiling Dog, because I'm finally in a management place there where I do have total full creative control over at least our upstairs space.
You're testing things there.
I'm testing things out. We've been doing a lot of different things over the last year. And I think like a sexy adult kind of oriented show could work. But again, the Smiling Dog we're a pub. I mean, we were an English pub. Did you ever go to the Londoner?
I did.
Okay.
I did go to the Londoner. I know the guy that runs that. He had delicious fish and chips, but they were very Americanized fish and chips.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah.
Yeah. But by that, I mean that the fish was the right shape and consistency to be able to dunk it in the
vinegar.
Yeah, whatever the chub was that they could put it in.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's America's convenience, but I like that beer batter stuff that just explodes on a piece of newspaper that they serve you in the UK.
Yeah. That's more classic. Well, that's what we were before we were the Smiling Dog.
Right. So somebody else has taken over that management, and now you are basically doing stuff there.
I'm in control of
it's a happening place now.
It's been really fun, kind of like doing different things. We've been exploring different like drag shows and drag brunches, and that's been like super fun, and we've gotten a lot of support for that, thank God. And we started teaching I started teaching country western line dance classes in January of this year, and honestly that has created its own little mini community. Country western line dancing is totally trending all over America right now.
We need to talk. I have been told that I will be producing a country song, and it's a honky-tonk line dancing song.
Oh, fun.
So we probably could get your whole community involved in that.
Oh, I love that idea. Yeah, it's been, that's the cool thing about vaudeville. That's the cool thing about the circus is, you never really know. I never imagined that I would be. I'm a belly dancer. You know, I do henna tattoos. I read tarot cards. I belly dance. Roxanne and I.
You really read tarot cards?
I read tarot cards, yeah. You didn't know that?
Yeah, you should totally do a reading. You didn't have any?
I didn't bring a deck of cards, but maybe that could be something we explore in the future.
No doubt, for sure.
A little mini tarot episode.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
I love that idea. Yeah. Yeah, no. So like these are the things that I offer. So like the whole country western thing is like really left field for me.
Sure.
But it's kind of something that just fell in my lap, and I fell in love with it last year as just not as a performer, but just as a person who likes to dance. And through a series of funny events, I became the instructor at the Smiling Dog, and now we offer, you know, several classes a month, and they're free. They're usually every other Wednesday. Every other Wednesday from 7 to 9. My next class is coming up on the 23rd of July.
I'm definitely going to bring my wife to that.
Come on, bring her! And the classes are free, and I think we're about to start some like martini specials on Wednesday nights. So like, I don't know if she likes martinis.
All right, I got a couple more questions for you. Okay, so, what is your dominant motivator? Ooh. Where does your energy emanate from?
You know, I would like to say that the thing that my mind keeps coming back to again and again, it's like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? What's the reason? What's the purpose of me doing this work? Why am I really here? And I keep getting this vision of my future, and it involves a piece of land, it involves a farm, it involves a garden, and it involves studios, one for creating art and one for movement. So, you know, teaching dance classes, or, you know, like maybe some like group healing modalities. But I also see this space as like a space to gather, right? Like and I don't know if it's like a venue, and I feel like the older I get, the vision kind of gets clearer, but like, I know that I'm here to create something physical that people can come to connect and move and heal and create and learn and eat and nourish themselves, you know, like both physically and mentally. And my partner, Brandon, is a huge part of this vision too. He is a farmer, and he definitely like pushes me along my path to just a natural life. And so it's really beautiful to have him as a part of that vision. But also I know that like this vision that I have, which includes him and me, it's like not for me, right? It's like for the greater good. And
so you're motivated by this vision that you're aimed at.
Yeah, I'm motivated by the vision to create something that's going to create long-lasting impacts for years and years, and hopefully generations to come. I don't know exactly where that is, or what it even looks like, or when it's going to happen, but I see it. You know, I do see it.
I find when you wake up each day and you orient yourself back towards the same direction, it is remarkable what the universe aligns with that vision. So over time, yeah, you'll get there for sure. Well, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming into my crazy little podcast.
I love this. This place is so comfy, and I'm so happy for you expanding and growing. And I hope to do many more events with you in the future.
I'll see
more of this too.
I'll see you at the line dancing class.
I love that. Yeah, come on. Bring your wife.